Hi, this is Cruz Kerwin, and this is my B YouTube project. Okay, today I'm going to be focusing on microplastic pollen that can't be seen, but its effect will. Honeybees, this is going to be our model organism. They're considered eusocial organisms with a very complex caste system made up of queens, which are the sole reproducers, drones, which are the male, and workers, which are the sterile female, that are also going to be used in this study. Um, these bees have a bioindicator potential due to their close interactions with soil, plants, and water, making them able to collect many environmental contaminants, especially when they're going out to forage. Um, Bees also have an economic and ecological importance as key pollinators in natural agricultural systems. By better understanding their health and exposure to pollutants, this will provide us insight into broader ecosystem and food security impacts. So, what are microplastics, also referred to as MPs, and how do they get into pollen? So, microplastics refer to a tiny plastic particle that are less than 5 millimeters in size. Microplastics can get into pollen through many different pathways, such as airborne plastics, also called atmospheric deposition, um, through contaminated soil and irrigation, and just pollinator interactions or interactions with, plants. So my main question are MPs present and an issue in all areas, rural, suburban, and urban, or are they specific to more city suburban locations? So this is the research background. This study investigates the potential of honeybees as biosamplers for airborne plastics, addressing the need for effective monitoring tools in a poorly understood area of pollution. MPs defined as plastic particles between 1 micrometer and 5 micrometer are increasingly found in atmosphere in the atmosphere, primarily originating from urban sources such as synthetic textiles and degraded plastic materials. Due to their mobility, small size, and diverse origins, airborne MPs are difficult to detect and monitor using conventional methods. Given their wide foraging range and constant interactions with the environment, honeybees have been previously used to monitor pollutants like pesticides and heavy metals. This research tests the hypothesis that bees can collect MPs during their foraging activities, offering a practical approach for assessing the presence of distribution of airborne MPs across different environments. Okay, in this research, the sampling was performed by the Danish Association of Beekeepers. They their sampling was 19 apiaries, 9 from Copenhagen and 10 in Denmark. Um, how they performed this was sampling near the brood and larvae, which is like more inside of the colony. Um, and with each apiary, they got a minimum of 120 bees that were put into a jar and froze. After that, the bees were then washed and cleaned with special solutions where the MPs were extracted and then separated from the other pesticides and heavy metals. From this research, the top chart shows the collected MPs. As you can see, it's the fibres, the films, the fragments, and filaments. The fragments and fibres were the most commonly found. In figure 2, it shows that the range and means found in each location, it just shows, the mean and range found. As you can see, A and C, those are the suburban and urban locations, which are slightly above the rural location, but they really aren't much different. Okay, as a result, this study shows that honeybees can effectively act as a bioindicator of airborne microplastics. MPs were found on bees from all sample locations with highest levels in urban areas, but also significant amounts in suburban and rural sites. The presence of various synthetic polymers, especially polyester, confirms that bees collect MPs during foraging. These findings highlight the potential of using honeybees to monitor microplastic pollution across different environments. In conclusion, because the abundance amount of MPs not only found in urban areas, but also rural and suburban locations, it really was a frightening thought. Um, because microplastics can largely affect bees' long-term health and lead to later destruction of the whole colony. MPs don't initially affect them, but after I think it was 14 to 21 days, you can see a change in their gut microbiome. This will eventually take a toll on the bee, affecting its immunity and detoxification processes. The main problem is that the MPs can't be spread from the bee. The main problem is that they can be spread not just from the bees into the hive in its brood wax and comb, um, and then later after they regenerate from the queen, it's just all over the colony. So if there really isn't an increase in the microplastic pollen awareness, our bees would definitely pay a price. And here is my reference page, as you can see. And thank you for watching this video. I hope you had a good one. Thank you.